Who am I? My name is Aiden. I am 17 years old and I am still in high school. And none of those things that I just listed matter because you will never know somebody based on facts that you cannot experience with them in person. As if you have friends that you know through online, social media, or gaming, or anything, you will not know them better than you know people you know around you in person and in real life, as you can never experience and get to know anybody without experiencing them. And if anyone is watching right now, you don't know who I am, and you don't know who I will be, and you don't know who I ever have been or was. But I will start to tell you who I have been. Not on this channel, but on a separate channel, I've posted YouTube videos before of me playing video games with my friends. I was probably around 11 or 12 when those videos were created, maybe 13. And I also have videos from around a year ago, which I never uploaded, of me playing another game with newer friends. And I think it's interesting to be able to look back on yourself and see what you have done, how you have developed, and how you have changed. As I am still here making videos with very different purpose and a very different message and a very different audience and target audience as I once was looking for. As people develop, they begin to develop new interests and new hobbies, and these things that you develop an interest in as you grow up is what you hopefully want to do for the rest of your life. People nowadays think that they need to know what they want to do with their life as soon as they get out of high school, or go into college, or don't go into college if that's the path that they take. And this is a very common thing that is known, and that many people in my high school also go through. And I think that this is very interesting because people who are in their 30s and 40s and 20s do not know who they are or what they are doing with their life. And there are some people who are extremely young who know exactly what they want to do with their life. And this is great for them to be able to know that, but it is not required. And a lot of people need to realize that as they grow up, because going through high school isn't about knowing and figuring out what you want to do. Although it does have the aspects of figuring out what you like to do and are interested in, it is not meant for the purpose of making you know what you want to do when you're done with high school. You can go out of high school and not know what you want to do and still be successful. So why would you worry about what you want to do out of high school if it is not yet known? And that's simply because they don't want to be looking for what to do or trying to find out what they want to do after high school. They want to figure it out and go to college for that and get a job after. And some people don't want to go to college and figure out what they want to do during that time period, or have another path that they want to take, such as trade school or an alternate form of employment, or just finding themselves for a year or a couple years and maybe traveling the world. And I think that finding something that you like, that you love, and following through with that and not giving up when you're rejected is very, very important. People will get rejected from a college and give up on their dreams of that certain program or that certain degree or that certain path that they once wanted to take. And this is all due to people's need for validation, really, as they want other people around them to see them as successful and as nice and neat and what they want to be. Before I started recording, I made sure I was wearing a shirt that didn't look bad. I made sure that my hair looked good, and I made sure that my bed was made. And this is all due to me wanting to be able to project myself as a clean and neat person. This is how a lot of people go about their life, and it's how I go about my life, as I want other people to see me how I want to be seen. But this is not anything that needs to be done, as people will see you how they want to see you. And of course, these things are influenced by your decisions. And if somebody, for example, is a lot nicer than another person, people will flock to the nicer person, and they will want to be friends with the nicer person, as the other person won't be nice to them. But acting in such a way so people will come to you for the sole purpose and reason of you acting as if you are something you are not, or something that you exaggerate to become, is not the same thing as being a genuine nice person or a genuine good person. As if people see you as a genuine good or a genuine kind or genuine nice person, they will come to you and they will be treated how they expect to be. But if you find somebody and you become friends with them who acts as though they are nice, or acts as though they are clean or neat or a good person, to become friends with you, then you will begin to see who they truly are when you become friends with them. And this is seen in a lot of friends of people in high school, and relationships in high school, and everything to do with growing up and seeing people for who they really are. I'm sure most people in this video, if you have been through or are currently in high school, you will meet people and you will see people who are fake and who act as someone or something they are not. And this is very, very important to be able to depict and know before something gets out of hand, or someone gets hurt physically or mentally or emotionally or anything of that caliber. I'm still trying to find myself, and I think most people in this generation are, and that's okay, because people have been led to believe that they are just fine to be whoever they want to be or act to be. And I think a lot of people in this generation also don't know who they are. And it's normalized as you see people who act as someone they are not, or strive to be something that they will never be, in the seek for successfulness or likability or validation. And I think it's very important to recognize this. I think the best way to be able to develop as a person is to know who you are, and if you do not know who you are, to find yourself. And when you find yourself, you will know. And I think a lot of people, especially in the modern era, do not know who they are and strive to find themselves, and some people never do. And I think this is very, very important to go after and to try to find out at a younger age. And if you cannot, then you keep on trying, even at an older age. Some people who are in their 40s or 30s don't know who they are. And they've lived their whole life not knowing who they are or what they want to be. And I think that people who find themselves at a younger age, maybe in high school or maybe in college, have a much more self-fulfillment and self-realization of who they are, and knowing that they are happy with who they are. And all in all, just find who you are.